Good morning, everybody. Once again, we are live. Day 5 of the Warg Bev International Baseball Tournament. The first time ever in Canada, and this is the second game. We saw in the first game, Venezuela played Team Ontario, where they defeated them 13-4, and now Venezuela has a doubleheader. They are looking to defeat, as they are playing Aruba. If Venezuela can defeat Aruba, they are going to clinch a spot in the semifinals. Now, if Aruba finds a way to win this game, Venezuela will move to 2-2, and they will need some help. Whereas Aruba winning this game would move to 2-1, and then they would be able to be in a position to advance. But every game, all of these games, the importance is extreme for these teams that are trying to win these games. We are getting ready for the first pitch. All right, folks, the first batter of the game for Aruba, the first batter of the game is going to be Austin Gums for Team Aruba. Here's the first pitch to him. It's going to miss high, 1 ball and no strikes. This is a massive game. Again, folks, as we've been mentioning, all of these games are extremely important for these teams, and that's going to be a strike for all of these teams that are trying to advance to the next round, to the semifinal. 1 ball, 1 strike, folks. Here's the pitch coming up right now. That is going to miss. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the count, the 2-1 pitch coming up. Oof, that is going to miss. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitcher for Venezuela was not happy about that. He was very angry about that. Very angry about that. 3-1. 3-1 is the count. He is Austin Gums, the shortstop. Here's the pitch to him. And it's going to be ball 4. Aruba starts off with a leadoff walk. They have a runner at first base. And look, Aruba, they've only played 2 games. Their first game versus Team Ontario. Team Ontario was able to win this game, but now they played their next game versus the Philippines, where they were able to win. So look, for Aruba to have a chance to make it, they need to win. It's just as simple as that. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ball, and it's a stolen base, and he's not going to catch it at second. It's going to be a stolen base attempt. 1 ball, no strike. Runner at second base right now. Batting now is Milian Breguito for Aruba. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss. 2 balls and no strikes. So the pitcher for Venezuela, look, he started off the game throwing balls, Lopez, and he's not happy. He's you can see the frustration already in him. So he's going to have to calm down because the game just started. He's going to have to calm down and refocus himself in this game so that they can be able to get themselves locked in. Here is, though, the pitch coming up. 2-0 pitch is going to be coming up to Milian Breguito. Milian Breguito. Here's the 2-0 pitch right now. Here it is. That is in there. Strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. That is the count. Lopez, let's see if he can get into a rhythm now. 2-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. That is going to be a strike. Another steal. And he is going to be out at third base. He is out at third base. Out at third base. Wow. That was absolutely a massive. And I think we're going to have a challenge. Are we going to have a challenge? We're going to have timeout. We're going to have a challenge.
The challenge is looks like for the teams.
¿Qué tiene? El conteo, espérate.
Yo tengo 2 y 2.
Tiene 2 y 2 aquí. El anotador tiene 2 y 2.
No, we're not going to have a challenge. We are not going to have a challenge, but
The warm-up tournament, it looks like 13:05 Williams Park.
it's a 2-2 pitch. Here's the pitch. Oof, that's going to miss. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And again, the pitcher Lopez, you can see him he's just very angry. His animations are very, very interesting to see for Venezuela. Here's a 3-2. That is going to be ball 4. So Aruba has a runner at first base now after getting thrown out at third base. Look, an inning like this is massive because they had a runner on base and they tried to steal third. He was called out. No challenge was made. So let's see if Aruba can find a way to get something going. That's going to be a strike right there. No balls and 1 strike right now. No balls, 1 strike.
Aruba tries hits and Aruba's fine.
0-1, folks. Here's the next pitch that is going to be coming up right now. It's going to be a step off there. Batting now for Team Aruba is Rendell Stakes. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Rendell Stokes actually. Rendell Stokes is pitching right now. Here's the 1-2. Outside. That's going to miss. That's going to miss. Here's the pitch coming up right now. That is going to be a strikeout, and that is going to be 2 away. 2 outs in the inning, and everybody loves the energy from the umpire with his dances when he punches out a player strikes out. We are also feeling a light drizzle right now, folks. Just for all of you to know, there's a light drizzle going on right now. So let's see here. Let's see here, folks. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming up right now. Oh, that's going to be time. Or the first pitch is going to be time. And batting now is going to be Samuel Rosano. Batting for Team Aruba. First pitch is hit hard, but that's going to go foul. No balls and 1 strike.
The pitcher is
No balls, 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming up right now. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 0-2 is the count right now. 0-2. Venezuela's trying to get out of this inning without having given up any runs. Here's the pitch to Aruba. Strike 3. That's the end of the inning. We are going to be back for the bottom of the first inning. All right, folks, we are back now for the bottom of the first inning. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be a ball. 1 ball, no strike. One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch coming up right now. It is going to be hit well to center field. Nobody's going to get that one. That one's all the way to the gate. He's going right now. Here's the throw to third. It's not going to be in time. It is going to be a leadoff triple for Team Venezuela. Wow. That was absolutely crushed by the leadoff hitter for Venezuela, as they are able to have immediately an opportunity to get themselves a run. That was hit well by Barrios. Here's the pitch now. In there, strike one. Pereira is batting now for Venezuela. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming up right now. 0-1, here it is. Grounded, and that's going to go foul. 0-2. 0-2 is the count right now. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch coming up right now. Here it is. Grounded. Shortstop's going to get it. His only play is at first. It is going to be a productive out and give Venezuela a 1-0 lead. That's the importance of putting the ball in play. When you put the ball in play, you give your team a chance. When you strike out, it's a strikeout. So nothing can really happen with that unless, of course, the ball gets by the catcher. But a productive out, weak contact, but it was able to get a run in. Here's the first pitch now. It's going to be a ball right now. 1 ball and no strikes. Puerta el que está bateando ahora por el equipo de Venezuela ahora. Here's the pitch coming up now to Puerta. Here it is. Hit hard, and that's going to be foul. Foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And pitching for Team Aruba is Rendell Stokes. Here's the 1-1, and that's going to miss and get high. He's throwing really hard, Rendell Stokes, but that's a ball, 2-1.
That's a hard ball. And what's the hard ball is the best.
Here's the 2-1 pitch coming up right now. Outside, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike right now. 3-1 is the count, folks. 3-1. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Ball 4. Venezuela has another base runners now. So Rendell Stokes is definitely struggling to throw strikes right now for Team Aruba. It's a 1-0 game right now. Batting now for Team Venezuela is number 26, Gonzalez. He's playing catcher in this game right now. Here's the pitch coming up right now. That's hit hard, but that's going to be foul. 0-1 is the count. Oh and 1, folks. Gonzalez for Venezuela put a really good swing on that. Let's see if he could come through right now. It is a 0-1 count. We're having a timeout now as the catcher for Aruba has a little adjustment they're making with his equipment. Of course, the safety of our players is the absolute priority. The absolute priority. Absolute priority. Still on a timeout, folks. Trying to get ready with the equipment right now. Let us see here. All right, we're getting ready now for the at-bat to resume. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a really good pitch right there. 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 So 0-2 count right now. 0-2 is the count right now, folks. 0-2. Let's see if Venezuela can get some more runs in this inning. Here's the pitch coming up right now. 0-2. Swing and a miss. What a pitch by Rendell Stokes. That is the second out of the inning. That was a massive pitch right there. Massive pitch right there. He is now batting for Team Venezuela. It's going to be batting right now. Swing and a miss, Rodriguez for Venezuela. Rendell Stokes looks like he may be finding his rhythm on the mound. Here's the pitch right now. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 is the count right now. 1-1. Rodriguez is batting now for Venezuela. Let's see if he can be able to come through Rodriguez, or let's see if Stokes can get out of this inning with no more runs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hit foul though. 1-2 now is the count. A strike away from getting out of the inning. A strike away. A strike away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 bola y 2 strikes. Rodríguez que está bateando por Venezuela. Y eso fue adentro y pasó el catcher y el corredor avanzar para segunda. The runner's going to advance to second base on a pitch that the catcher couldn't handle. It's a 2-2 pitch right now. 2-2 pitch. Here's the pitch coming up right now. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And that's going to be, again, away from the catcher. Runner's going to get to third, and now it's 3-2. Look, what we're seeing a little bit from Rendell Stokes, he's overthrowing the ball a little bit. He throws hard naturally. He cannot try to just overthrow and, you know, he's got to locate it. Those last 2 pitches weren't close to the strike zone, not even close. So he's definitely going to have to not overpitch. We're going to have timeout from Rodriguez for Venezuela. Let's see now coming up. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Fouled away again. Really good job by Rodriguez. Rodriguez is battling right now. He is battling in this account. Three-two pitch. Strike three. That is the ending of the inning. We are going, folks, to the top of the second inning. It's a 1-0 game. Venezuela leads. And we are back. I would love to give a special thanks to our sponsors. Our sponsors for the Warg Bev International Tournament. We have the City Car and Truck Rentals. City Car and Truck Rentals. J. Minietti Travel and Consulting. The Rebuilt Kings. Aeropo Aviation Services Corp. Experience Brampton. Plato Gold Corp. Zorzitech. Also Firehouse Subs. Thank you all so much for sponsoring, helping making this tournament to be possible here in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Again, the first ever Warg Bev International Tournament here in Canada. All right, folks, here's the pitch coming up, and that is going to be almost my way. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes. Batting now, it is the catcher, Tyrese Peterson. He is the 1-0 outside. 2 balls and no strikes right now. 2-0 is the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the next pitch, 2-0 pitch. And that is going to be a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. 2-1. 2-1, folks. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming up. That's going to be hit in the air, but that's going to get out of play. Foul ball, 2-2. También, después de ese picheo afuera, traído, tenemos comentarios ahí en YouTube. Mario, vamos a ganar el segundo juego, Venezuela. Justin con la bandera de Aruba. Rosa. Eso fue una bola. Va a ser por bola ahora. Tenemos comentarios de Rosa. Vamos Jesús, Venezuela. Jennifer Feliz, saludos de Aruba. Malvis, vamos, Venezuela. Belis González. Tenemos también Heidilín Chirrino. También María Maduro. Mario González. María Fernández. Justin Voss. y Carmen Rojas. También tenemos Ghost COD. Un batazo, ¿va a ser fair o foul? Y el primera base podía agarrar eso. Y eso es el primer inning de este, primer out de este inning. Aquí con el famoso que tiene una noticia de emergencia.
Buenas tardes, mi gente de YouTube. Gracias por la sintonía. Necesitamos que se suscriban al canal para que este contenido se riegue. Necesitamos que le den like. Necesitamos saber a qué equipo apoyan. Dejen su bandera ahí abajo. Apóyennos con los super chats. Los super chats ya están abiertos, apoyando a cada país con su bandera. Suscríbese, den like y gracias por la sintonía.
Asking everybody like, share, subscribe, spread this. Here's the pitch. Strike. It is going to be a 3-1 count. Look, folks, if we have more than 100 people live with us. If all 100 of you share it to 3 people, just 3 people, strike 2. No. Here's the 3-2 pitch coming up right now. Grounded to the first baseman. He is going to just get the out at first base, so that's going to be the second out of the inning. 2 outs in the inning. Aruba has a runner at second base right now. We are asking you, we have more than 100 people. If all of you share this to 3 people, just 3 people, and they share it with other 3 people, we could have thousands of people joining this live stream. So your kids are playing in this tournament. It's an opportunity to spread it all over the world. So like, share, subscribe. Let's make this go all over. Here's the pitch now. Outside, 1-1 is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Here is the pitch. Ball. That's going to miss low. It is now, is it a 2-1 count or a 2-2 count? It's a 2-2 count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 bolas y 2 strikes ahora. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That is the end of the inning. We are going to a break, and we're going to be back after the inning that comes.
Recordándole a nuestra audiencia que se suscriban, que le den like. Estamos viendo los comentarios. Vamos a mandar saludos a todos los que están conectados en el YouTube. Necesitamos ver la bandera de su equipo. Vamos arriba, comentando en el chat. Lo quiero ver en el chat, el amor que le dan a su equipo, comentando con su bandera. No olviden compartir este contenido para que así se llegue a más lejos. Dejar su bandera, darle like. Somos 103. Vamos a llevar esto a 200 personas, gente. Vamos a llevar esto a 200 personas.
Vamos, let's make it happen. Let us spread this. We have more than 100 people. If everybody shares it on their stories, shares it to contacts, we can make it reach thousands of people. All right, folks, we are back now for the bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch. Ball one to start it off. 1 ball and no strikes right now. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch right now. Misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. We're in the bottom of the second inning, folks. Venezuela leads this game 1-0. Tenemos Iván Aruba, arriba. Tenemos comentarios de apoyando a Aruba, María, Distriob, Ochi, Weber. Tenemos también Alexis de Venezuela, Mario. Muchas gracias por sus comentarios. Here's the next pitch. Strike. Here's the next pitch coming up right now. Here it is. Foul tip. And it is now 2 strikes in this count. 2 strikes, folks. 2 strikes. Here's the pitch coming up right now. That's hit high in the air. The center fielder's there. He's calling for it. And he is going to make the play. And that is going to be the first out of the inning. First out of the inning. It's been a 'Here's the first pitch. Outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Rendell Stokes in this game, he's given up the 1 run, but he's really doing a good job of keeping Aruba in this game. Two balls, 2 strikes, folks. The pitch, here it is. Tap, the catcher is there. A throw, and he is going to be out at first base. What a play by the catcher, Tyrese Peterson. He was able to get out of his stance, get down, make a throw to first just in time. What a play there. We have 2 outs in the inning right now. Batting now, bateando ahora por Venezuela, número 22, López, el pitcher. Vamos a ver si él puede dar un batazo ahora. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Inside, almost hit him. Casi fue un pelotazo, más 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Or is it 1-1 actually? I think it's 1-1. My mistake. Let me verify now. I believe the count is 1-1. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Nobody's on base. Here it is. Grounded foul. That is going to be a 1-2 count. Rendell Stokes is a strike away from getting out of this inning. Folks, after this game, we are going to have another massive game. We are going to have Team Ontario versus the Dominican Republic. Here's the pitch. Misses. That is going to be outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So you can all imagine the importance of all of these games. Again, the semifinals is going to be starting on this coming Wednesday. Here's the pitch. Popped up. That's going to get out of play. And that is going to be well foul. We're going to do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes right now. 2-2 is the count right now. 2-2. Let's see here right now if Aruba can get out of it or Venezuela can get themselves a rally going. Here is the pitch, grounded, and that's going to also go foul again. And it's a good battle we have going on here right now. Really good battle. It is very, very an important game, folks. After this game, we are going to have 2 more games today, folks. 2 more. Day 5 of the Warwick Bev tournament. We're going to have the Dominican Republic versus Ontario. Here's the pitch, the 2-2. Fouled back again. And then the final game of the day, it is going to be a massive game. It is going to be a Canada versus Brampton game. It's going to be massive. Here's the pitch. Pop to right field. Right fielder's there. And he is going to make the catch. Thomas Montiel ends the inning. We are going to the top of the 3rd inning. Special thank you to all of our sponsors for making this tournament possible. Folks, we are in now the top of the third inning. Venezuela still has a 1-0 lead. And look, Aruba, they are playing a really good game. But the importance of this game, the team that hits last, that could be absolutely massive in a game like this. So we're going to have to keep an eye on it. And we're in the third inning. Let's see here, folks. Here's the pitch coming up right now. First pitch. It's going to be in there. Strike one. The right fielder who made the last out, he caught the last out in the bottom of the second. Thomas Manteo's batting. Here's the 0-1 pitch right now. Grounded 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes now. No balls and 2 strikes. We have a timeout as well, too. Pitcher's talking to his coach. Not sure what happened, but nonetheless, we are organizing there. Here's the pitch coming up right now. It is a 0-2 count. 0-2 count. Here's the and we're going to have another timeout. The pitcher stepped off there. All right, the 0-2 pitch is finally coming up. Here it is, outside. 1-2 right now. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes right now. Batting for Aruba is Thomas Montiel. Here is the pitch. 1-2. Through 2 balls and 2 strikes. The catcher's really setting up outside. So let's see. He's really setting up outside. Really setting up outside. Let's see. It's a 2-2 count right now. Here's the 2-2 pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 right now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's the count right now. It's a big pitch coming up. Aruba needs base runners, and you got to think back to that first inning. They had a runner at second, no outs. He was thrown out trying to steal third. That's an important part of this game. Here's the 3-2 pitch coming up right now. And that is going to be ball 4. Aruba draws a leadoff walk. What an at bat by Thomas Montiel. He was down 0-2 and was able to work the count and get on base. So it is now it is now a runner at first base, no outs. Logan Palma is coming up to bat right now. And let's see if he can come through. Let's see what is going to happen. But this has been an absolute phenomenal game so far. Third inning is where we're at. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt, and he's going to get it. No, he's not going to be able to pull it back in time. So it's going to be a strike, but the runner is going to advance to second. Then they're going to throw it to third. But the left fielder does a phenomenal. And now they're going to throw it to all the way past first. And the runner's going home. And we are going to have a tie game. Oh, my goodness. I don't believe what I just saw. Venezuela with a mental error throwing the ball unnecessarily, and the runner on a ball that got by the pitcher, got by the catcher, runner advanced to second, thrown away 2 times. They were able to get a run to tie this game. Wow. Here's Logan Palma. That's going to be a strike. 0-2 right now. It is now a 1-1 game. 1-1 game in the top of the third inning. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Strike. It's a 1-2 count. 1-2. 1-2 count. So that, yes, was a strikeout. The bunt, and now these last two were out. So it is a 1-1 game right now. Logan Palmer strikes out. We're at the top of the order. Austin Gums right now. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Here's the pitch. Here it is. That's going to be a strike. No balls and one strike. No balls and one strike. No balls and one strike. Here's the pitch right now. That's going to miss. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. 1-1. 1-1, folks. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch coming up. 1-1. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Really good pitch right there. Let's see if Austin Gums can come through and get on base for his team. This is a big pitch coming up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he falls down. That is the second out of the inning. What a pitch right there. And that is the second out of the inning. Milian Breguito is now coming up to bat for Team Aruba. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Hit and foul. That's going to be a foul ball. No balls and 1 strike. No balls and 1 strike. No balls and 1 strike. That's the count we have right now. Here's the pitch right now. Here it is. That is going to be a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. 1-1. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Misses. Here's the pitch now. That was a ball. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Tiene 2-2 ahora. De nuevo, muchas gracias a todas las personas que estás poniendo los comentarios y ayudando este canal. 2-2. Abajo. 3-2 ahora. Tenemos comentarios nuevos. Norki Perroso, vamos Venezuela, mi Sergio Andrés, Joana Rodríguez, un batazo a left field y él agarró y eso está terminando el inning. Nos vamos para terminar el tercer inning. A special thank you to all of our sponsors for making this event possible. The Warg Bev International Tournament in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Thank you to the City Car and Truck Rentals, J. Minietti Travel and Consulting, the Rebuild Brands, the Rebuild King, excuse me, Aeropole Aviation Services Corp, Experience Brampton, Plato Gold Corp, and Zorzitech. A special thank you to all of you for the work that you have done to make this tournament possible. Firehouse Subs as well. Thank you so much for being sponsors for this international tournament. All right, folks, we are getting ready for the bottom of the third inning. It's a good game. Venezuela versus Aruba. Let's see who's going to take this game. Starting the bottom of the third inning, también tenemos más comentarios. Tenemos Eliani Romano, Manuel Delmar, Malvina, Alexis, Heidilin, Lirian, Lilian, Carly, Maria, Ivan, Ochi, Maria, Somer, Francisco, Joania Rodriguez, Luis, Norki, Justin Roberto, JJ, Samarra Trump, Luis González. Y el primer pitch del inning, un strike. Joena Rodriguez Dovele, pitcher Samuel Rosario, let's go, va. Luis González, Aruba. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming up. Strike two. No balls and 2 strikes right now. No balls and 2 strikes.
That is my graduation.
Here's the 0-2. Misses low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's the count right now. Let us see here if they are able to get out of this. Here's the pitch coming up. And that's going to just miss outside. A good pitch, but it misses outside. It is a 2 balls and 2 strikes count right now. Let's see. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And that's going to be 3-2. So Brito, he was down in the count. 0-2. Now is full count. Let's see if they can get. And folks, we ask you all again, like, share, subscribe. Keep spreading this. As this continues to spread, this channel is going to be able to grow and we're going to be able to do more. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that misses inside. Ball 4. And now we have a runner at first base. That was an absolute massive at bat for Venezuela to get a runner at first base now. Here's the pitch coming up now for Barrios from Venezuela. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Misses outside. That's 5 straight balls. 5 straight balls in a row. 5 straight. Let's see if he can get locked in and straighten up. Let's see there. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That is the first strike of the at-bat. 1-1 is the count right now. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch right now. 1-1 is the count. Misses high. 2-1. So the pitcher, Samuel Rosano, he's struggling to throw strikes. Two balls and 1 strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. This is a big pitch coming up right now. Here it is. Strike 2. It's a 3-2. It's a 3-2. So Samuel Rosano's battling right now. He cannot afford to walk back-to-back hitters to start off the inning. Cannot afford. Cannot afford. Here's a big pitch coming up. Big pitch coming up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. That's a really good swing by number 67 Barrios de Venezuela. Eso fue un buen swing, mas fue un batazo foul. Vamos a ver ahora si Barrios puede llegar con un batazo o base por bolas. 3-2 ahora. 3-2. 3-2 is the count. Here's the 3-2. Hit. And the center fielder is going to hit off of his glove and get down. Here's the throw to third base over his head. And it is going to be an double. And now Venezuela has runners at second and third with nobody out. And they have a massive opportunity. Here's the first pitch of this at-bat. It's a big at-bat. Venezuela has the lead run at third base. No out. Here's the pitch. Up high. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes. The energy from Venezuela fans is amazing. La energía de los fanáticos de Venezuela es muy fuerte. Ellos están aquí con fuego y poder ahora. Vamos a ver, 1-0. Un batazo más foul. 1-1 is the count. Tenemos otro comentario. Eliana Romano. Tenemos también a Ibel Ortega, Belis González, Joana Rodriguez, Laura Belis González. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch right now. Here it is. Un batazo foul. 1-2 ahora. Por favor, manda estos links. Tenemos ahora 170 personas aquí en este live stream. Manda este link a sus amigos, su familiar. Manda este link. Vamos a tener una, ¿cómo se dice? Un target. Vamos a agarrar 500 personas en este live stream. Tenemos 170. Podemos ganar 500 en este live stream. Y eso fue un ponche ahora. Strike out. First out of the inning. That is a big one there. We have 178 people on this live stream. 178 people. Let us make it happen to get to 500. Like, share, subscribe to this channel. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. No balls and 1 strike. This is a big at-bat. Venezuela has to put the ball in play. They cannot afford to not do that. 0-1. Grounded, and it's going to get by the first baseman. 1 runs in. Here's the throw home. 2 runs in. A 2 RBI single. And now Venezuela has a 3-1 lead. That was massive there. Able to get a base hit and give Venezuela the 3-1 lead. Big hit right there. Really big hit. Tenemos ahora 190 personas aquí. Manda estos links a su familia, sus amigos. Un swing, strike one. No balls and one strike. Ahora Venezuela está ganando 3-1. Venezuela is now winning 3-1. Sigue subiendo y vamos a tener por lo menos 500 personas aquí. Podemos hacerlo, vamos a llegar a 500 personas. El máximo que nosotros tenía antes fue como 300. En este juego tenemos que agarrar 500, vamos. Así puede, vamos a ganar. Vamos a tener 500 personas aquí. Here's the pitch. Un batazo al segunda base y él, no sé si él podía tocar, no podía tocar la base y eso fue error. Y ahora tener corredor en primera y segunda. Wow. A ground ball hit to the second baseman and they weren't able to field it and it ends up being first and second. And the defense for Aruba, it's letting them down this inning. They are definitely struggling this inning, the defense of Aruba, without a doubt. Here's the pitch now. Grounded. Third base gets it, throws it, and they're going to get the out at first base. But that's all. Runners are going to advance, though, and now we have runners at second and third with 2 outs. So can Venezuela get out of this inning with... Can Venezuela get out with just giving up, or can Aruba get out with just giving up the 2 runs?
Y mi gente de YouTube, les pedimos que por favor se suscriban al canal, denle like, comenten con su bandera de su equipo. Quiero ver muchas banderas en el chat. Queremos ver muchas banderas en el chat de cada persona apoyando el equipo. Ayúdennos dándole like a este video para que pueda tener un mayor alcance. Necesito ver la bandera del equipo que ustedes apoyan ahí mismo. Vamos, bandera arriba de su equipo. Comenten.
Tenemos 159 personas, más solo tiene 17 likes. 159 personas y solo 17 likes. Vamos a subir este número. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming up. Inside, it's going to be a ball. Gets by. Here's the play at the plate. And he's going to be safe at home. It is now a 4-1 lead for Team Venezuela. A 4-1 lead. Venezuela has the lead. Massive. Here's the 1-1 pitch coming up. There's another run at third base. This is an important run. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 is the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch that's going to be coming up right now. Here is the pitch. Strike. That is going to be 2-2 right now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 is the count, folks. Two balls and 2 strikes right now. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. That is the ending of the inning. But Venezuela is able to get 3 big runs. It is now a 4-1 game as we are going to the 4th inning. All right, folks, we are back right now, and we are in the fourth inning. It's a 4-1 lead for Venezuela right now. 4-1 lead. One ball, no strikes to start off the inning. Randall Stokes is batting now. Here's the pitch. Misses high. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a strike. Here is the next pitch right now. That's going to be hit foul. Not going to get a car. It's going to be a foul ball right there. 4-1 lead for Venezuela in this game. 4-1 lead. Randall Stokes, they need him on base now. Here's the pitch. Ooh, what a pitch. Strike 3. That is going to be the first out of the inning. One out in the fourth inning right now. One out. Four to one out in the inning now, folks. He is batting now. Samuel Rosano. He's gonna take a ball. 1 ball, no strike. 1-0 is the count right now. Here's the 1-0 pitch coming up right now. Outside again. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0. 2-0. Here's the pitch coming up right now. 2-0. Hit hard, but that's going to go foul. Foul ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. That is the count. Here's the 2-1 pitch right now. Here it is. That is going to be outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Really good pitch, but it did miss outside from the umpire. 3-1 right now. 3-1, folks. It's a big pitch coming up here. Aruba needs base runners. Here it is. Hit to center field. Center field is coming in, and he's going to drop. And they're going to collide, and it looks like he's in a little bit of pain. It's going to be a single, but the most important thing now is that center field and shortstop collided. Let's hope that they are okay. we're trying to see if they're okay. So we're still at a timeout, folks. Folks, so the players are okay. We are happy about that. Um, we're really happy about that. Here's the next at bat. Swing and a miss. We have one runner at first base for Aruba, one out. Aruba definitely needs a rally in this game. Here's the pitch coming up. Fouled back. That is gonna be the second strike. 2 strikes. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Hit. Third baseman gets it, throws to second, and he drops it. It is going to be an error as the ball was dropped, and now Aruba has an opportunity. Aruba has some life. Coming up to bat is going to be Jaco Voss. J. Voss for Aruba. This is a big opportunity now, folks, in this game. Big opportunity. Here's the first pitch coming up right now. It's going to be a ball. 1 ball and no strike. 1 ball, no strikes. So Venezuela in the past inning got 3 runs. Let's see if Aruba can respond and come back. So we're going to have, I believe, a substitution right now. We're going to have a sub now. So this is an absolute massive opportunity here. Here's the pitch right now. And that's going to get by. The throw to third. He's going to be safe at third. Runners are now at second and third. No, 1 out in the inning. It's a 2-0 count. And Barrios, the pitcher for Venezuela, he's definitely struggling with control right now. Let's see if he can be able to find the zone again. And we're going to have a timeout now. Let's see they're going to have a mound visit there. All right, the mound visit's over, and let's see if this mound visit can help Venezuela as they are trying to keep this lead, protect the lead that they built in the bottom of the third. 2-0 pitch now. Do you give him the green light? Here it is, and he's going to take a strike. So he didn't get the green light. It's a 2-1 count right now. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Those 2 runs at second and third are extremely important. Extremely important. Here's the pitch. Grounded. The pitcher's able to get it. Throws it home. And he is going to be out at home. A massive play right there. A massive out there. Aruba could not get the run as he went and was thrown out at home. A massive out right there. A massive out. Aruba needs a base hit so badly. And they're going to have Jaden Perez coming up. Let's see if he can come through for the team. Here's the pitch coming up right now to Jaden. Here it is. Hit to right field. And that's going to be foul, actually. Sorry. Foul ball. No balls and 1 strike. No balls and 1 strike right now. That's the count. Let's see if Venezuela could get out of this. They need 1 more out to get out of this inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch right now. Here it is. That's going to be a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 is the count. Big pitch coming up now. You don't want to get back you don't want to get behind 2-1 in this count. So you gotta be looking for a pitch to hit here. If you are Jaden Perez. Here's the pitch. And that's gonna miss. It's gonna get by. There's gonna be a run scoring. And now Aruba is now behind by a score of 2-4. 2-4. They are still in this ball game. They are still in the ball game. Let's see now, Jaden Perez. Let's see if he can put this ball in the gap. Swinging, hitting it well. The right fielder's there, though, for Venezuela to make the play and end the inning. So Aruba gets only 1 run. We are going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Shows bunt, and he's going to take a strike. Strike one to start off this inning. Strike one. Here is the pitch right now. Grounded. First baseman's going to take it. They're going to throw it to first, and they're going to drop it. And that is going to be an infield single for Venezuela. I believe he's okay, but it's like he slid hard, and he's a little bit in pain, but I believe he's okay. Well, he's still down. Let's hope that he is okay. He's still down right now, though. Still down, the player for Venezuela right now. They're moving, flexing his ankle. Yeah, I believe he's going to be okay. Infield single, and Venezuela right now has themselves a lead right now. A 4-2 with a runner at first. And they're looking for some insurance runs, folks. Can they get some insurance runs? That's the question. Can they get some? Can they get it? Here's the pitch coming up right now. Hit in the air, but that's going to be a foul ball. And a nice catch by a fan from Venezuela. That's the first strike right now. First strike. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Hit to center. That's going to be a base hit by Lopez. And he's going to go just first to second. And runners at first and second now. No outs. Four to two. Venezuela's looking to add on some more runs. Can they do it? Here's the pitch. Shows bunt. He's going to bunt it, but that's going to be foul. Strike one. Look, Aruba is still in this game. But they are going to have to really they're going to have to hold Venezuela here and have a rally in their next inning. Here's the pitch right now. Inside. That is going to miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 is the count. 1-1 is the count right now. Here's the 1-1 pitch coming up. Showing bunt again. Here's the pitch, and it's going to get down. It's going to be a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike now. 2-1 is the count right now. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1. They're showing the bunt. He's showing bunt. Brito 99 for Venezuela. That's going to miss. 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike. 3 bolas y 1 strike. Here's the 3-1. Showing bunt. Have to throw a strike here. Cannot throw a ball here. And he does throw a strike, and it's going to be bunted foul. So now it is a 3 balls, 2 strike count. You got to be in the zone here. You cannot afford to walk a hitter in this inning, in this at-bat. And it could be bases loaded. You walk, you throw a ball here, it's bases loaded with no outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That is going to be a massive first out for Aruba there. And it is now 1 out. Here is now a massive at-bat. Massive at bat coming up right now. Barrios from Venezuela. Here is the pitch to him. Strike one. That is in there. Venezuela and Aruba. What a game this has been. What a game this has been. It's been an absolute fantastic game. We're going to have timeout from the catcher from Aruba, but we're good now. Here's the next pitch coming up right now. Hit hard, and that's going to get to left field. Here's the throw from the left fielder home. It was a beautiful throw. What a throw by the left fielder. If they would have sent him home, he would have been out by a mile. What a throw by the left fielder to at least prevent the run from scoring. Look, this is a moment now where the defense from Aruba needs to be ready. They need to stay low. They need to be ready to make a quick play. They have to. They don't want to get much. They don't want to get down by much further going to the next inning. Let's see, though. Here's the first pitch of this at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike one. You could see Pereira, he really liked that pitch that he swung at. You could see it in his face that he wants. That's a pitch he wants again. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Misses. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. 1-1 is the strike. 1-1. This is a big at-bat in this game, folks. Nowhere to put him. Nowhere to put him. Here's the pitch coming up right now. Misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and one now, folks. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1. Pereira is batting. Let's see if he can get a big hit for the team. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good swing. He was just a little bit under it where he fouled it back. 2-2 is the pitch. 2-2 is the count. Here's a massive pitch coming up. Boy, does Aruba need a strikeout now. Can they get it? Or can Venezuela get themselves a larger lead? The 2-2 pitch, here it is. And that's going to be low. 3-2. Nowhere to put him. 3-2. You got to throw a strike here. You cannot afford to walk this hitter right now. You cannot. You got to throw a strike here. Absolutely, you have to. A massive pitch is coming up now. Here is this massive pitch, the 3-2. Hit hard, fair ball. It's going to get by everybody all the way to the gate. 1 run in, 2 runs in, 3 runs in. It is going to be a 3 RBI double. And Venezuela now leads it 7-2. Wow. That was absolutely clutch right there. An absolutely clutch hit there by Pereira. And right now, Venezuela they have themselves a 7-2 lead. Wow. That was absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Still only 1 out in the inning. Still only 1 out in the inning. Only the 1 out. Here's the next pitch coming up right now. Here it is. Miss is going to get by, and the runner's going to be able to advance to third. And Venezuela, they are pulling away. It's 7-2 right now. 7-2 right now. Big opportunity coming up right now with that run at third base. It's an extra run. Here's the pitch. Grounded. Pitcher gets it, and he's going to go to first. Really good job by the pitcher there to hold the runner at third and still go to first. So that was a massive one there. Massive one. Here's the next pitch coming up right now. Here it is. That's going to be a swing and a foul ball. 3 balls and 1 strike right now. 3-1. Venezuela winning this game, they're going to move to a 3-1 record. Venezuela ganando este juego, ellos van a tener un 4 juegos. De los 4 juegos, ganó 3 y solo perdió un juego. Here's the pitch right now. Swing and a miss. Venezuela winning this game, their record would be 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. Here's the pitch coming up now. Fouled away again. Fouled away again. Aruba needs to get this out as quick as possible for them to have a chance in the 5th. They need to get this out here. If they don't get this out, the time limit can come into effect and this game would just be over. They need to get this out here. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2. 1-2 right now. The pitch is coming up right now. Here it is. Swing and a miss. That is the ending of the inning. So, folks, yes, 3 outs. We need 3 more outs for this game to end. 3 more outs. 3 more outs. So, folks, we are back for the last inning, folks. Look, folks, we have 157 people watching, only 45 likes. This is the last inning of the game. This is the best part. The best is saved for last. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, spread this game, and let's make it happen. Here's the pitch. First pitch of the inning is going to be a ball. 1 ball and no strike. 1 ball and no strike. Rodriguez right now is pitching for Team Venezuela. Tenemos 150 personas aquí, más solo 45 likes. Vamos a tocar la pantalla y ponga sus likes y mande este link a sus amigos, sus familiares. Y ese fue un batazo foul, 1-1. 1-1 is the count right now. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. A massive. This is it for Aruba. This is their chance. They need to win this game to have a chance for the semifinals. Fouled again. So it is a 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luis Daniel Gonzalez is putting some good swings, but he's just under it as he keeps fouling them away. Let's see if he can. He's on it, though. Let's see if he can get the barrel on this one. And let's see if Aruba has some life in this last inning. Let's see, folks. Misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. That is the first out of the inning. First out of the inning. Venezuela is 2 outs away from taking this win. An absolute massive opportunity. This is them to just get the 2 more outs, Venezuela. Here's the pitch. Hit, foul. That's going to be strike 1. Number 2, Tomas Montiel is batting. Look, if Aruba's going to have any chance, they're going to need to get to their top of the order. And right now, we're at the 9 and 10 hitter. They're going to have to. Hit to right. Is that going to stay fair? Nope. It's going to go foul. So quickly, Thomas is down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. He's got to. You can't strike out looking in these moments. You got to. Even if you don't like the pitch, you got to be able to go because you don't want to strike out looking and not even give yourself a chance. Here's the 0-2. And as I just said, strike 3, that is the ending of the inning. 1 out away for Venezuela to win this game and have a 3-1 record, which I believe is going to get them to the semifinals. Venezuela winning this game. Strike 1 to Logan Palmer. Venezuela's looking for the doubleheader sweep today. Can they get it? They're 2 strikes away. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes now. No balls and 2 strikes. It's a big pitch. This is the game right here, folks. Here's the 0-2. Outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Misses outside. 1-2. Venezuela can taste it, though. They can feel it. Venezuela can feel it. They can feel it. They can feel it. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is gonna do it. Venezuela wins the ball game, and they are gonna be going to the semifinals. Venezuela gana el juego y ellos van para los semifinales. Muchas gracias por llegando. Vamos a tener otro juego después de este juego. y regresamos. Thank you all for joining. We have another game coming up, and we are going to be back live very shortly. See you all in a few.